Okay, so yesterday we talked about the basics of subject-verb agreement. And if you can remember the rule, if your subject has an S, your verb does not need one, then you won't have any problems. We also looked at some examples. We said the movie was funny. My subject doesn't have an S, so my verb needs one. Today we want to talk about indefinite pronouns. This is simply talking about pronouns when you're not sure if they're singular or plural. They may or may not be specifically named. The agreement rules apply. So remember, if your subject has an S, your verb doesn't need one. These are your singular indefinite pronouns. I know it looks like a lot to remember, but if you can keep in mind that words with body, one, or thing are always singular, then you shouldn't have any problems. You'll also need to remember that the word each, either, and neither are also singular. Here are some examples. In the first sentence, neither is going to the party. Neither is singular. My subject doesn't have an S, so my verb needs one. In the second sentence, everyone puts their quiz in the basket. Everyone is singular. My subject doesn't have an S, so my verb needs one. And the last sentence, something is wrong. Something is singular, so my verb needs an S. Here are some examples where the subject and the verb are separated. Everyone in school is wearing a coat today. Everyone is. One of the best teachers at Aiden Grifton is Mrs. Datz. One is. Anything that makes fourth period better is worth trying. Each of these subjects are singular, so all of my verbs need an S. The second group of pronouns are your plural indefinite pronouns. This is common sense. Both, few, many, and several are all talking about more than one. Whenever these words are your subject, your verb will not have an S. Here are some examples. There are a few in the dispenser. Few is a subject. It's more than one, so the verb does not need an S. Remember, the word there is not a subject. Both are getting drums this year. Both is a subject. It's plural, so my verb does not need an S. Several are in the cafeteria. Several are. Plural, no S. Here are some examples where the subject and verb are separated. Both of the girls are going. Many of the stories were on the test. Several of the students have volunteered. Remember, the words in red are your subjects and your verbs. The last group of indefinite pronouns or what I like to call the it depends pronoun, because it depends on how the word is used in the sentence. These are the 6 pronouns you have to remember: all, any, more, most, none, and some. Here are some examples. All of the cake was eaten. In this sentence, all is a subject, and it refers to cake. So all is singular. My verb needs an S. In this sentence, all refers to boys. So all is plural. My verb doesn't need an S. None of the equipment was damaged. None is a subject. Equipment is singular. So my verb does need an S. None of the cars were towed. None is a subject, but it's talking about cars, which is plural. So none were. Most of the class has finished. In this sentence, most is talking about class, which is one group. So my verb needs an S. Most of the girls have gone. Most is talking about girls, which does have an S, so my verb should be have.